Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another tier list video. Today is the Simpsons Hit and Run Vehicles tier list. I'm going to be ranking all the vehicles from the classic game from my childhood. Of course, many people would have grown up playing this game. What were your favourite vehicles? I'm going to be ranking these based on their stats, on their looks, and generally my own personal opinion. Lots of people have their own personal opinions, of course. Doesn't make mine wrong, but of course you can disagree with me if you want. Fight me in the comments, come on! So take this with a grain of salt. This is just a bit of fun. And we're going to start with the 36 Stutz Bearcat. Unlocked in level 6 by doing all of the street races. By the time you unlock this car, its acceleration is not the best because it's quite slow. However, it does have actually pretty good toughness as well for its speed, which is average. So it's quite useful. However, I don't find myself using it too much. So it's going in C. I can kind of imagine this would be one of Mr. Burns' cars. It has money that comes out of its exhaust as well. You need to be very rich to afford one of those. Right, up next is Homer's 70s sports car. This is unlocked by default once you reach level 7 as it's Homer's second car. Although he does also have the car built for Homer, he doesn't actually use that as a default car. This is a very fast, well-handling car. That was probably absolutely terrible English. Well-handling car. Yes, I'm very good at this English language. But yes, generally when you reach level 7, I don't find myself having to actually buy any more cars or unlock any more cars. And I would say this is an S tier. It looks really cool. I love that green lime look as well. That's a pretty cool car. Right, we have the armoured truck, which is unlocked, I believe, in level 6, which is very late in the game. And by the time you unlock it, it's almost useless because it's got no speed, it's got no acceleration. It's basically a tough vehicle. But I honestly never use it because there are faster cars that are also just as tough. So it's pretty crap, really. Right, we have the first secret vehicle. In each level, there is a secret vehicle. This one is from Marge's level, which is level 4. This little ATV is so hard to control. It's just mad. It's good fun, but I would never actually use it for a mission. You can't use this vehicle in a mission. You'll just be crashing all over the place. It's a cool little secret vehicle, but it's pretty useless, so it's going in D. Oh, radical! That was an absolutely terrible snake impression, but we got the little bandit. Whoa! I'm so bad at doing impressions. This is an awesome car. Amazing stats. I mean, it's got Snake in the car as well. One of my guilty pleasure favourite characters. You know what? I'm putting that in S tier as well. That's also an S tier car. That's a very nice car. Right then, we've got the boat car from Lisa's mission. Another secret car. It's a boat on wheels. That is pretty cool. I'm not sure on its stats as I couldn't really find any stats for the secret cars, but I believe it's relatively pretty good actually for stats. I'm going to put it in B. It looks really cool. I mean, I don't really use it because it's a secret car, so you can't really phone up to call it on the phone booths, but it's pretty cool. Right, the book burning mobile. Does anyone actually use the book burning mobile? I just don't find myself using it. It's got really average stats for everything. It's not even got good toughness. It's got bad speed, bad acceleration, okay toughness, okay handling. Honestly, never used this vehicle. So that's going in F as well. Right, now it's time for the Nero. Of course, unlocked by default when you reach Marge's mission, as this is Marge's car. Despite the fact that in the show she usually uses that orange sedan, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing special. It's going in C. It's an off-road vehicle. It's got good toughness, good handling, okay speed, okay acceleration. Okay, now it's the car built for Homer. Unlocked in level 5 when you buy it off of Homer, of course, as it's his vehicle. He, of course, designed it in one of the episodes in the TV show. I mean, it's a mad looking car, but It's pretty fun. It's got very good stats as well. I think I'm going to put that in A tier. It's also got one of the best horns in the game, just in case you're feeling very horny. Right, up next we have the Chase Sedan. This has some of the best stats in the game. Amazing acceleration, speed, handling, and pretty good toughness as well. Unlocked in level number 6, where you can purchase it off Old Gil. I'm gonna put it in B. If it was for the stats, it'd be A or even S tier, but it looks pretty boring. I like that little cherry siren on top. Is that even the official term for those little sirens you get for undercover cop cars? Those cherry things. I'm calling them cherries because they look like cherries, and I think I saw it in a TV program. Right, we now have the clown car. This is unlocked in level number 4. I never personally found myself using this car. I mean, it's a mad looking funny car, and I love how you get little bubbles that come out the exhaust, but I don't find myself using it. It's D because it looks pretty cool, looks pretty unique, but I don't find myself needing to use this car at all. Right, up next we have the Kohler Truck, which you can purchase off Old Gil in level number 5. I don't find myself buying this vehicle too much, because generally by this point in the game you've already got a tough vehicle, so you don't really need to buy too many more of them. It's not got any special stats, it's not really got great speed or handling or acceleration, it's just pure toughness. Of course, big old truck, it's going in D, because I don't find myself using it that often at all. So far, no vehicles in E. I wonder if any will be in there by the end of this video. Possibly even the Curator, which is unlocked in level number 4 by doing all of the street races. It looks pretty bland, but it has some of the best stats, especially for level number 4. I would highly recommend trying to unlock this car and then using it for level number 4. It's going in B though, because it looks a bit bland. I mean, it's very beige. I don't think it was a vehicle in the actual TV show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was made just for this game. Right, we have the Donut Truck. I mean, this is probably one of the most useless vehicles in the game. It's not even got good toughness. However, it's got a great big donut, which makes it look cool. So that's enough to put it up to E, because I like donuts, so I like a donut truck. But it is a very silly, very useless vehicle. And we now also have the Duff Truck, which is very similar. That is also going in E. It can be very useful, specifically for one collector card in level number 3, where you have to jump on top of a vehicle to reach a collector card. I find the Duff Truck is the easiest vehicle to jump up onto and then reach that collector card. But again, very awful stats. I wouldn't really recommend buying this vehicle outside of doing that really, and there are other vehicles you can do that with. Okay, and up next we have the Carril Loco, which is unlocked by doing all of the street races in level number 5. Has some of the most well-rounded stats in the game. It does not excel in any of them, but it's good all around at all of them. So if you need a good all-round vehicle, it's got okay speed, okay acceleration, okay toughness, and okay handling. It's a pretty standard C tier if I've ever seen a C tier car. Right in the C for you. Right, up next we have the Inlet Taurus, which is unlocked by doing all of the street races in level number 1. Very useful for a very early on vehicle. And it's electric as well, which makes it pretty cool, because you got to save the planet, so that's going in B. Of course, in Simpsons Road Rage, this was Lisa's default vehicle, but she has the Malibu Stacey vehicle in this game. That's a pretty all-round good car, and I would kind of recommend maybe doing the street races so you can get a faster car on level number 1, just in case you're having a few problems. And now we have the most iconic car in the game. This is Homer's pink sedan, of course unlocked by default in level number 1. It's going straight in A. It's got pretty decent stats for level 1 as well. I generally don't need to actually get any other vehicles in level 1. I can just use the pink sedan for almost all the missions and be perfectly fine. And it's so iconic, it can't go any lower than A, that's for sure. And now we have Bart Simpson's red Ferrini. I believe in the show this is the vehicle which he gets in the episode Burns' Air, where Burns buys him lots of things, and he gets him a big naughty Ferrini. This is a very fast car, especially for level 6 as well. It's got very good stats. Is it A or S though? It looks really cool. Yeah, I think that's an S tier. One of my favourite vehicles in the game has to be S tier. What was I thinking putting in A? How silly could I be? Okay, and up next we have the fire truck, which is unlocked in level number 2. Again, you can purchase it off Gil for the low price of 250 classic coins. No, not classic coins, Buzz Kohler coins. Silly me. But yes, this vehicle of course has full toughness, has actually decent speed for a tough vehicle as well, but has almost no acceleration, which is surprising for a fire engine, because you'd think a fire engine would need quick acceleration to get to the fires. But yeah, for a tough vehicle to have 3-star speed, I think that's going in C. A good vehicle to use for toughness missions as well. Okay, and up next we've got a car that triggers me. This is the Globex Super Villain car. It's unlocked in level number 6, where you can purchase it off Kearney. God knows how he ended up with this car, the naughty man. But yes, this vehicle has really good speed, really good acceleration, pretty decent handling, although it's got no toughness at all, and I find it almost blows up within a few hits. This infamously was the vehicle you have to use for Set to Kill, which is one of the hardest missions in the game, where you have to destroy all the laser gun stands. It's quite annoying due to its low health, so it's going in C, because, I mean, it's got good speed and a good acceleration. If you can control this car, it is a very good car, but I find it just blows up far too easily, and it's just part of the most hardest mission in the game, so I hate it just for that. Right, up next is the Hearse, which you can purchase in level 7 if you have enough coins by that point, because quite often I find when I get to the later missions is I do run out of coins. Has some of the best overall stats in the game. Has very good speed, very good acceleration, very good toughness, and very good handling as well. It looks pretty cool. It's got flames on, just in case you need to get to the graveyard in time to drop off a dead body. Is it S tier? I think it's an S tier car. One of the best stats cars in the game. Has to be an S tier, definitely. Right, up next is the Honor Roller from level number 2. Has amazing handling ability for an early on vehicle. It actually has 5-star handling, which is pretty good. Of course, featured heavily in the episode Saturdays of Thunder in the TV series. I find myself not really needed to buy any other vehicles in level number 2, apart from 4 missions where you need specific vehicles like the Mr. Plow. I'm going to put it in A tier just because it's got amazing stats for how early on it is in the game. I don't find myself having to buy any other cars for level number 2 just because that is such a good vehicle. Okay, up next is the hover bike from level number 7. This has amazing speed and acceleration, but I find myself having almost no control over this at all. Anytime you hit one little thing, it will spin out of control. But it does look very cool, and a very unique vehicle as well, considering it is the only kind of motorbike 2-wheeled vehicle in the game, although it has no wheels because there's actually a hover bike. What am I on about? Silly me. But due to its kind of bad handling, it will go in B. Right, up next we have Professor Frings' hover car. This is unlocked in level number 5 by doing the bonus mission Kinky Frinky. Ooh, naughty Kinky Frinky. It has okay stats, but it has pretty low toughness, and I find it does handle pretty badly. So kind of like the Globex Super Villain car, where it has pretty good speed and acceleration, it kind of blows up very easily, and I find myself having a hard time controlling it, so it's going in C. Okay, and up next we have the Kremlin, which is Comic Book Guy's car. You unlock this by doing the bonus mission in level number 4. It's not got any amazing stats really. It's got good handling, kind of low speed and low acceleration for where it is in the game. I don't find myself using it that much. I don't really like Comic Book Guy as a character that much. He's pretty unlikable. So it's going in D. Not too useful for a vehicle, but it has kind of all-round stats, which makes it, if you're having problems controlling a vehicle, it can be useful, but has low speed. Right then, another level 4 vehicle. This is Krusty's Limo, which is basically the clown car but a bit longer. I mean, it even looks pretty much the same. Clown car was in D, and I'm going to put Krusty's Limo in D as well. It's got okay stats for where it is in the game, but there's no real reason to use it in the game, and it's pretty much a clone of the clown car but just a bit longer. Right, and now we have another limo. This is the limo you can buy in level number 2. It's pretty long, because that's what you expect from a limo. The idea of a limo is that it's a longer car, which can make it very hard to turn around corners. It can make it very hard to avoid other vehicles as well. So I'm putting in E. I never find myself really buying this car or even using it at all. It's got okay toughness though, but yeah, not that good a vehicle. Okay, and now we've got Apu's car, which is the Longhorn, which is unlocked by default in level number 5. Has very good speed, acceleration, handling, and pretty good toughness for a speed vehicle as well. So weirdly though, this vehicle was actually red in the show, but for some reason they coloured it gold. I'm not exactly sure why, but I find for level number 5, it's a very good vehicle. That will be an A tier vehicle for sure. Okay, and up next we've got Lisa's Malibu Stacey car. This is unlocked by default in level number 3 as it's Lisa's vehicle, and she has the highest speed and acceleration in the whole of level number 3. It's the only starter car to actually have the highest speed and acceleration in its level. So it's going to be pretty high for that, because you don't really need to actually use any of the other cars in level number 3. So, I mean, it's going to go in A tier as well, because it's very, very useful. Okay, and up next we've got Mo's Sedan. Now, quite unusually, this is not called Mo's Sedan in the game, and Mo does not drive this vehicle, but it definitely is his sedan. And even in Simpsons Road Rage, it was called Mo Sedan, where you could drive as Mo, but he doesn't drive in this game unusually. It's got okay stats for level 2. You unlock this by doing all of the race missions. I don't find myself using it. It's D tier. It would be better if once you got this vehicle, Mo would actually drive with you, so you could have some Mo quotes, because if you drive vehicles that are owned by other characters in the game, you get some of their quotes and they can talk and stuff if you crash. It would be so much better if you could drive alongside Mo. So it's going in D. Okay, and up next we've got the Monorail. Monorail! This is the Monorail car, which is a secret vehicle from level number 2. Has absolutely awful stats, probably has the worst stats of any vehicle in the game. It's only really there for a bit of fun. You're not actually going to use this for any missions. I mean, it's got to be F though, because it's useless. But it's a monorail, so you don't expect it to be useful, so it's a pretty cool Easter egg. So I'm going to put up to D for just being a cool Easter egg vehicle, because it's one of my favourite episodes in the show. But just don't attempt to do any missions in this vehicle, it will end terribly. And now we have another secret vehicle. This is the Big Wheel Open Truck something, I'm not sure what it's. Obliteration Big Wheel Truck is its official name in the game. I mean, it's got okay stats. It's a pretty fun looking vehicle, but it's going in D because it's relatively not that useful. But I mean, it's a big wheeled truck which looks pretty cool, so I'm putting it in D. Excellent. We now have Mr. Burns' limo, which you unlock by doing the bonus mission in level number 7. Has some of the best speed for a tough vehicle. It has pretty low acceleration though, which is its downfall. I mean, by the time you get to level number 7, I don't really need to use this vehicle very much. If it came earlier in the game, it would be much more useful. But for a high toughness vehicle to have that amount of speed, it will go certainly in C. And of course, Mr. Burns is one of my favourite characters from the TV show as well. Cool, Mr. Plow, that name again is Mr. Plow. Up next we have the Mr. Plow. Of course, heavily featured in the episode Mr. Plow. One of the most all-round good vehicles. It has good speed, good acceleration, good handling and good toughness for its size. You of course have to buy it in level number 2 off of Homer to do the mission Monkey See, Monkey Do, which is one of the hardest missions early on in the game. I'm going to put it in C because it is overall pretty average and it is very iconic to the show as well. Okay, now we have the Nerd car. This is unlocked in level number 3 where you can purchase it off Gil. It's useless really, I never bother buying this car. It's got okay stats but nothing special, it doesn't excel in any stats at all. And it just looks awful, that horrible beige yellow colour. No, that's just an awful car. Okay, and up next we have the Open Wheel Racer, which is unlocked by doing all of the street races in the game. It has the highest speed, acceleration and handling in the game as well. However, it's got almost no toughness, meaning if you hit one thing, which you will due to its absolute insane speed, it will be destroyed almost straight away. So it's actually pretty useless for doing missions. But it's a Formula 1 car, so that's got to be pretty cool. I'm putting it in B because you can't really use it in any missions, but it's a really cool car to actually unlock by doing all of the street races and is very worthwhile unlocking for the fun factor. It's Cletus, the Slag Jar Yogo. This is Cletus's truck, which is unlocked by doing the bonus mission in level number 1. It excels in toughness, but has almost no other stats, and it's a pickup truck. It looks a bit rubbish. It'll probably go in D. Sorry Cletus, but your truck is very rubbish. Okay, now we have another secret vehicle. This is kind of, I'm pretty much calling this the pink Cadillac. It's so secretive that I've never in fact driven this car, because I only found out about it very recently when I was watching a Simpsons ranking video where I was ranking all of the hidden cars in the game. I never found this one. You can find this one in level number 6, which is Bart's mission, where it's crashed into Planet Hype, which was a reference from the show where of course Mole Man had crashed his car into Planet Hype. I'm not sure where I could rank this vehicle because I've never used it myself, although I do hear it has very good stats. I will put it in C. I will have to drive that car for myself to see if it's any good though. Let me know if you actually found that car when you was playing the game, because I honestly never found that one. And now we have the Plow King. Of course we have ranked Mr. Plow. This is Barney's vehicle, which you can purchase off him in level number 1. It in fact has the lowest acceleration in the entire game, but does have okay speed. It is used as a tough vehicle though, to destroy other vehicles. Outside of level number 1 though, I think this is pretty useless. So it's going in D because there are tougher vehicles later in the game that have slightly higher speed and acceleration, which kind of make this a bit defunct. But it's a pretty cool looking car. And up next we have the police car, which you can purchase in level number 5. Has some of the most versatile stats in the game, has pretty good, decent stats in all areas. So I'm putting that in B. It's a very useful car to purchase actually. I kind of not sure if this is officially Chief Wiggum's police car, but I like to presume that it is Chief Wiggum's police car. Okay, and now we have another secret vehicle. This is the RC Buggy from level number 7. Pretty useless due to its absolutely terrible handling, kind of like the ATV. It's a very cool little Easter egg vehicle, but you can't really use it for any missions and be serious with it. It's very silly, so little remote controlled car. It's very mad. And we have, I believe, the last secret vehicle in this tier list, which is the rocket car from level number 1. This is the easiest hidden vehicle to find as it's outside the gold house. Has absolutely mad speed. In fact, it could be the fastest vehicle in the game. It blows up within like 2 hits. It's got absolutely no handling, but it's a rocket car and it kind of looks a bit like a penis, so that's going in C for the penis car. Oh no. And up next we have Otto's school bus, which is unlocked in level number 3. That's actually okay speed for a tough vehicle. I think that's all round C. That's a pretty okay, versatile, tough vehicle. And now we have Skinner's Sedan, which is unlocked in level number 3 by doing the bonus mission. I mean, it's pretty useless. It has okay overall stats, but it's not very cool, and it has Skinner in the car, so that'll go in E. Okay, up next we have the surveillance van, where you can purchase in level number 1. It actually has pretty good speed and acceleration for a tough vehicle. I'm going to put that in C along with the school bus. I think it's very comparable to the school bus in almost every way. They're very similar vehicles. And now we have Willy's tractor, good old groundskeeper Willy. I mean, it's a pretty silly vehicle. I don't find myself using this one very much. It's going in D. It's very fast for a tractor though. Generally in real life, tractors end up holding up traffic for miles. In fact, I was on a bus the other week where I was literally behind a tractor for about 10 minutes. So I hate tractors in real life, and that means I hate tractors in this game as well. Sorry, Willy. Okay, just 2 vehicles left, and now we've got Grandpa Simpson's World War II vehicle. I mean, for Grandpa to be in World War II, he'd have to be coming up to 100 by now. But yes, this vehicle does get bonus points for having Grandpa Simpson, and I love the quotes you get while he's in the car. But it's not overall that useful. It's got very bouncy suspension as well. It's going in C though, because I do love Abe Simpson. Okay, one last vehicle, and it's last in the alphabet as well. It's the zombie car. Of course, featured in a Treehouse of Horror episode. It has very good speed, very good acceleration. Level number 7. Wait a minute. I reckon this will probably go in A tier. It's got okay toughness, but I do find it can end up smoking and exploding very easily. So, there we go. I have ranked every vehicle in the game from S to F. Let me know if you agree, disagree, if you would change anything. Let me know what your favourite vehicle in the game is, and thank you everyone for watching this video. But for now, leave me alone and take care, and I'll see you around. Goodbye everyone.